Taurus, welcome to your Sunday Shuffle. This week I'm doing something called Canvassing the New. One of the number one questions I get is how come I don't focus on the new? Easy. Well, it's easy for me, right? Because I understand it. But it's really quite simple. I will see new in as much as a collective is desiring, working towards, and actually generating new activity. That's why most people already have something new in play. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the real aces and how they actually work. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. And hopefully we can better see what the heck actually constitutes new. A lot of people are happy with their Ace of Pentacles, so they keep it going. And therefore we have renew, right? We're going to renew that contract. We're going to renew that pentacle. Keep it going. Don't fix what ain't broke. Other people have brand new ideas, brand new love, brand new passion, or they don't. It's somewhere in between. People have no idea how much energy it takes to accommodate new. We often have to let things go or exit things out before we're prepared for it. In other words, to make space. New takes up a lot of space. So I won't see new in a collective until they're ready for it. That's it. So that's what we're going to showcase today. The aces and then Chariot. Advice from Spirit about movement, what to do, what it might look like, what to focus on, that kind of thing. All right, let's start with the Ace of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. Sometimes they're related, like the domino effect, right? You start working with one, the others start to get affected. Sometimes they're separate ideas. All right, let's take a look at the Ace of Pentacles. Regardless, take what resonates, leave what does not. Some of it will be future-oriented. In other words, you may not know that that's your particular new yet. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles, please. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. The Knights of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus. Taurus. Seeing some movement for you lately. It's interesting. I like it. I don't know if anybody's told you this, but movement looks good on you. Right? Instead of that hesitation thing, and I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't know. Sometimes you just do. Sometimes you just do. I see you inclined. I do. I see you inclined realistically in your own Ace of Cups. Didn't even have to get there yet. You showed it to me straight away, and I have to admit, I do believe I've been saying this for you on a couple different contexts. Typically, your short says, when I have the least amount of time, I might add, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Something's knocking around in your heart space that says, this feels right. We always want that feeling, right? We want it to be organic. We want it to be natural. So the Knight of Cups is that guy who's like, this is my emotional expression as I best understand it. These are my feelings in a gentle way, right? And it also takes a certain level of vulnerability for that very reason. So from a place within you that suggests I'm comfortable with myself and I know what my worth is, I know what my value is, your heart is leaning towards a particular direction outside of you. But it is coming from a really good place of knowing thyself, which is the best kind of emotionality. Because I know myself, I know what my worth is, I know what my value is, I feel comfortable, you're telling me. And you are. You're telling me you feel comfortable delivering some emotional energy outside of yourself. So you must keep in mind the Knights are responsible for moving outside of us. Very rarely do I see it coming towards the other. I did see that distinctly with Scorpio. But for you, I see that energy generating outside of you. And it's coming from a place of your heart. And it's beautiful. Like I said, it's the best kind of flow there is. It really is. Ace of Pentacles. I never know what's in there for you guys. I never know. You're like, that's right, Christina. You don't know all about it. No, I don't. I don't. I never know what's going to be in your pentacle. That had a certain sound. I never know what's going to be in your pentacle. And it's true. I never know what's going to be in there for you guys. You put a lot of store into it. Particularly Taurus does. But yeah, no, that's very real. You want to invest in your heart, honey. Something that says that this is worth my time, energy, and effort, but more to the point, it's worth my value as I best understand it. So that's good, emotional, healthy self-esteem. That's beautiful. I can't wait to see what's knocking around in your heart, because you're like, my heart's got somewhere to go, Christina. It's got to express itself. Okay, it needs to express itself over there. So I don't know, but you realistically are deploying a knight, and it's representing the best part of your heart. I love it. It's great. Let's just stop. Can we stop? Stop. Stop. I don't know who's on the receiving end of it, but it's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I don't know what you're saying, but I just know it's coming from the heart, and that's all that matters. Ace of Swords, so long as it's in alignment with you. Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. Yes, for some of you it's reversed. Yes, of course. When that particular pentacle plants itself, I don't know. We'll see what we can see. Ace of Swords. Let's see that Ace of Swords. You got any new ideas? Sharp ideas? Something's occurred to you? The Four of Wands. The Devil. The Sun. Ooh. You've had an idea. You've had this idea. Why is the Devil involved? Why is the Devil involved? It's a sharp idea. Very sharp. Something has occurred to you about relationship energy. It's a thought. It's an idea. There's something here to do with the thought, philosophy, or ideology around relationships. And what have they meant? Were they healthy? And did they leave you or put you into a state of happiness? You're questioning this. It's a sharp question. So I can tell that that's an Ace of Swords in play. Because that's some heavy energy to contemplate. Four of Wands, the Devil, the Sun. You know what? I've been thinking, Christina, what you've been thinking about. And also not just a thought, it's cutting too. It can do. We've been thinking about relationships, Four of Wands, the Devil, and the Sun. Have they ever led to a certain level of prosperity for you? Sense of warmth. Happiness. Just happiness. Sun's happiest card in the deck. It's warm, it's inviting, and you're like, have my relationships ever ended up that way? Whatever constitutes a relationship for you. You know, the Devil. Have they ended up in a place where I feel like it's in my best interest? Did they generate a long-term happiness for me? You're questioning this. What is a healthy relationship? And you have this idea of like, at the end of the day, my relationship, whatever they are, whatever constitutes that relationship, puts me into a place of happiness. Plain and simple. Does it celebrate me? Do I feel like I'm celebrating life with this person? Or does it feel like a bunch of toxic bullshit that I just get used to? That's an excellent question. Whether or not you have actually cut out toxic relationships as you best understand them is up to you. That's the Ace of Swords. It's a thought, bare minimum. There can be action behind it, yes. The sword must be used. So some of you have had this thought, bare minimum, about relationships and what they have led to ultimately. A good state or a bad state. They have left you feeling richer at the end of the day or poorer, right? They have left you feeling loved at the end of the day or not. They have you feeling good about yourself, empowered, and challenged in the right ways, or they don't. All that's in there. That's a lot. And it's a good thought. And it's something that you've been thinking about. And I think perhaps that's why you're showing me a certain level of confidence to express your heart outwards. Because the idea is that that cup, however it's trying to express itself, is healthy. Compared to wherever it is you are coming from or have been. Very good. Good reflections. Good solid reflections. It gives me more confidence about what you're doing. And I think you too, right? Because that's what happens when we put that kind of richness in these particular thoughts and we get the feedback. So, as far as I can tell, this Ace of Pentacles is on the verge of being deployed. Okay, I don't know that it's happened yet. He's in motion, so I can't quite tell where he is. This thought has already occurred to you. It's relatively new, but it's one that you've been tinkering with. You see what I'm saying? This is what new looks like, guys. In play, new, renewal. You see what I'm saying? The aces, I think perhaps, you know, that's on the false with the tarot readers. Perhaps we all could do a better job of really pushing what aces mean. And I think I saw that, and that's why we're doing what we're doing today. Let's see that Ace of Cups, please. And also, guys, there's just so many shitty tarot readers. They'll just say whatever they need to say. Because they know. A lot of folks know. You're watching them for that new hook. They know. We'll push those aces and say what they need to say to justify the bullshit. And I guess I want to give you guys an idea of what aces really look like. You know? You have to learn, honey. Yeah, trust me, I understand the power of tarot. And you have to understand there's a lot of shitty people who are really just trying to take you for a ride so they can get their views and their advertisers. And I've seen it, and it gets me cynical too. Ace of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Swords, Five of Wands. You know, when it comes to that Ace of Cups that you're rocking over here so beautifully, so boldly, okay, I love this. When I look deeper into it, okay, here we have Judgment, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Wands. So there's been something here that suggests we have a lesson in our heart about love and fighting ourselves, right? Fighting ourselves logically about our feelings and not allowing ourselves to do it, because if we can, if our mind takes over the whole experience, we'll talk ourselves out of things, we'll talk ourselves into things, and everything that's wrong. So I'm looking at a Taurus who has very strong justification abilities. This is the reason I fought this, this is the reason I didn't engage in that, and it's all a warring ground over your heart space, what you have chosen in love and why, and has it been the best representation of you. So there has been a huge love for you. I'm sorry, lesson in love for you is what I meant to say, with Judgment, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Wands. And it's a lesson that you have been resisting, right? Because there's that energy that I see in you often. Well, I made up my mind, therefore this is what I got to do. It's kind of like sometimes it just doesn't occur to Taurus that you can change your mind or that you can change your heart. But it's kind of like, well, I started in this direction, therefore I have to keep going at all costs, even if it hurts or is potentially bad for me. You know, Taurus, honey, you'll keep at something and ignore your own instincts if it means, like, you can say, I finished what I started, even if it kills you or it's wrong for you. So there is times when you have made some very, and again, I'm not knocking you guys, all signs have pros and cons. I think I've made that very clear, but I have to be conscientious of the new people. All signs have pros and cons. So when I speak to our cons, it's best as I understand them. And same is true for your pros. You have brilliant pros. Right here. When you actually stop fighting yourself and not allow your mind to take over your heart and go with what you feel, as opposed to justifying not moving towards love in this, or fighting it off, or I don't know, or you don't trust yourself and all that other shit that holds you back, you have come to understand certain truths about what it is you do end up in, instead of allowing yourself to go with the flow of your own particular heart. And I can tell I got a Taurus here who knows how to justify shit as the day is long. This is why I'm blocking this. This is why I'm blocking that. And it all comes from the King, Queen of Swords. They're brilliant people. They really are, but they have no business in the heart space because they do a shit job. You know, it's like, I'm going to get this heart space in order through rational, logical reasoning. That will have no adverse effects at all. None. None. So they're not good with it, guys. They're not good with it. They don't hold the cup, they hold the sword. So when the Taurus I'm looking at, when your mind speaks for your heart, oh boy, it's like, I'm not going to gravitate towards what I naturally feel. Fuck that. It doesn't look logical, nor does it look practical. In fact, it probably looks a little irrational. Being in love is. Yes, it is. So you make sense of it through the heart, not through the mind. You know? So we had a hard lesson knocking around in there about what constitutes new love energy, what you have allowed and what you have not allowed, what you have justified and what you felt you had to justify. It's all that. So I'm seeing a flow here that's more in coordinates. So your Ace of Pentacles, as far as I can tell, is being active based on strong thoughts about what you've learned through the heart. Do you see the aces now? And the more you continue to work through this and you allow that pentacle to unfold, I will start to see more shifting in the heart space and in your thoughts. Let's take a look at your Ace of Wands. Show me the Ace of Wands, please. Show me the Ace of Wands. Show me the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Show me the Ace of Wands. Show me the Ace of Wands. Oh, King of Pentacles, that's you, baby. Knight of Pentacles. You are so consistent sometimes. That's what I will say about the Taurian energy. When you guys shift, it's subtle, and even I'll be like, have I been seeing this for you for like 3 or 4 months now? Unlike Aries, that when they shift, it's fast, and it's Aries. And you guys are like, no, I take my time. So when you do show up consistently, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so you are coming out of this state of lethargy. It is a slow-moving process. the more you generate that particular ace pentacles for which you are very comfortable with, everything else is going to start to fall into line for you. It's the domino effect. So you're making good on an old thought with the Ace of Swords that's already in play, and the more you continue to work through this, I'll see new thoughts for you in future. But this is one that's currently a background noise to a lot of your decision making, and how your very thoughts have gotten you into trouble when you allow your King and Queen of Swords to take over your heart, and why you have been unhappy. Okay? You're moving out of that. At your own particular place. Bless you, honey. I could kiss you. Look at that. Look how consistent you are. This is you. I will see these two guys all the time. It's like, oh, how do you know it's a Taurus reading? So as an Ace of Wands, you are moving towards a better sense of self, hope, inspiration. So this ace right now is being generated as we speak. It hasn't happened yet. You're moving towards it. So you will have a freshness of this particular ace soon, or whatever soon, or whatever, I should say, whatever the hell soon means to Taurus. I don't know what the hell soon means to Taurus. I don't presume. This is fast, and then there you are. So somewhere in between these two is your timeline, okay? But there you go. You are on the verge of generating new hope, inspiration, and passion for yourself as you move out of that state of lethargy, which again I would say was generated from here. Unhappiness is created in your heart when you don't abide through it or live through it, and you allow your mind to take over. We have lessons about that, what relations we have ended up in and why, because of this method. Understanding some way it doesn't work, and here's the admission: you actually want to move yourself into a place where it does speak to your heart. Something does, someone does. Someone's on the receiving end of this, and it's beautiful. Good for them. That's a lucky person, because that's beautiful. And it gets you out of this. So what I am saying is, the more you move into this, your Ace of Wands is going to continue to pick up. It's going to help you better understand what it is you have learned, and it's going to generate new activity in your heart. And then, so this then, even though it's further out, will become a new ace for you, like a proper new ace. One where there's good information in here, most likely based on what you're experiencing here. Cool. Okay, let's see that Chariot, please. Let's see that Chariot. Let's see that. Ooh. Let's see that Chariot. Advice, please. Advice, please, from Spirit to Taurus on movement. Let's get that advice, please. That was a little rough. And my endeavors this past week. Look, see, I got owie. Sometimes I'm a little rough in the gym. Are we surprised? All right, Seven of Wands, the Hierophant, that's you, Ace of Wands. There you go, baby. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate your consistency today. And your help. You really did a great map for me today. I mean, really good map for me today. And I mean that from my eyes, from my perspective, my experience. This is a great map about what constitutes ace and the versatility of it. So I really appreciate that. Yours has a really excellent flow-through example of the domino effect of aces. So the Chariot, your advice is that, yes, the very thing that you have shown resistance towards is what's going to help get you out of this. So there you are, the Hierophant. I need you to do a job of giving yourself permission to gravitate towards that ace. In other words, generate new hope, energy, and passion for yourself based on the experience of understanding what has led up to your unhappiness. And the closer you move towards it, the better you're going to feel as you continue to deliver and invest in what you understand is something that's really solid and good for you. And it's actually the opposite of what you've been doing in terms of relationships and or love. And so again, when you go against the grain of what you've always done, you get other results that say, hey, this is correct. Your other aces start to open up. So I like this flow. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. By all means, be cautious if you wish. Cool. Just give yourself permission. You are a permissions person, and that's why it's hard for you to change. Okay? You often confuse that with control. Control is a fallacy. Just because you delay a decision doesn't mean you're in any more control. In fact, it just increases the odds that you'll lose out the longer you take, right? We need to learn this. So give yourself permission to open up to that ace, and you will feel better. Okay, you're going to generate more activity based on what you've learned. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. Any additional information in here, please? Advice? What's going on, please? Timelines, dates. Ay, ay, ay. Scorpio season might be interesting for some of you. This is the Death card. Also the number 8. Okay, eight days, weeks, months, I have no idea. And then also, like I said, Scorpio season. Hello. Okay, 35, the anchor. Feeling stuck. We got to kill that. So if I combine those two outside of the dates or concepts of numbers, shut up. I think smartwatches are always making noise. Not that smart. Okay, anchors. Yeah, we need to get ourselves unstuck from the anchors because it does indeed keep us stuck. So there's something here about the transformative process we need to abide by and relinquish the stuff that we've been doing, because it just keeps us stuck and it delays us from who we really are and what we really want and what we really want in our lives, including the love in it, you know. Anything else, please? The occupation, the moon. Interesting. Dude, I keep it on in case when I get phone calls, because that's why. That's why I keep it on, is for phone calls, because, honey, life happens. I got to answer the phone sometimes. Occupation, and then 32, the moon, you know. What some of you may not know if it's under your moon is that you often will keep yourself busy to delay some of these concepts. Okay. Taurus, and this is very normal for Taurus, you might bury yourself in your sense of occupation or preoccupation in order to keep you from having to think about these difficult constructs, because it does require a lot of work in order to generate that level of change. But even you, honey, even you can do this. Of course you can. Taurus is one of the most powerful movers in the zodiac, so that's, you just don't do it often. But when you do, everybody notices. And I know you hate that. I know you hate it. It's like, don't look at me. Well, it's just outstanding when you do move. And I said it's often breathtaking when you do. You don't really, because when you actually are prepared to move, to make change, and allow yourself to, it's visible. Everybody sees it. And you get commentary and I know you hate it. It's like, don't, mind your own business. You don't need to see how I'm changing or where I'm moving or why. Thank you. Mind your business. I know, and you hate that. You hate the spotlight, but honey, that's what happens when you're a big energy. When you're a big energy that rarely moves, and when you do, everybody sees it. Get over it. People love you for it. People love you for it. You know, it's times like that's like, I swear to God, Taurus is just fucking with me. Yes, I know. Yes, we know. We know. The turtle slowness. I know. We all know. We all know. And yet, ship, you are changing direction at your own particular Taurian speed, honey. Okay? All right. Like I said, okay, and the house. Relocation home. Some of you are thinking about, I am seeing that in terms of the relationship energy here. You're thinking about home and what constitutes home and happiness. Okay? That's a very critical thought back over here. But relocation of home, but also what constitutes healthy relationship. All right? The happiness that should be there. All right. Put in the comments as you see fit. I do hope this helped. Take care. Be well.